Clearly, many of them have put their lives in danger, and they are emotionally involved in what they're doing. And then on top of that, they're exhibiting great skill and experience to create these photographs.
When designing for this type of work, this caliber of photography, the photograph stands on its own, and everything that you put on a website will actually interfere with the photograph and will take away from the photograph. So when you design for photography, you really have to be very careful not to interfere with the photograph.
One of the really nice things about this site as a teacher is when I pull up these images in class and the students have the opportunity to hear the photographers talking about the images, it really has an impact on them. Sometimes they're even pictures that they've seen before, but to hear the backstory and what the photographers go through to make these images really inspires the students.
We started working with World Press Photo 3 years ago now to produce a multimedia website presence, working with interviewing their award winners and having them talk about the images as the images appear on the screen.
The image is about a man, a young man, on the side of a mountain in Afghanistan, and he's in a bunker that he dug, four walls of a bunker that he dug by hand. A quarter of his unit are dead or wounded, and that he doesn't know if he's going to see his wife again.
This project started as an idea. Lela and Robert and I were discussing one day after seeing a photographer speak in class. Really, what we enjoyed was, this experience, and we thought, imagine if we could hear some of the top photographers talking about their photographs. So the World Press exhibit came to the University of Miami, and we spoke to the people at World Press and offered them to do this. And after the proof of concept was done, there was no doubt that we had to continue this because it got such great feedback.
I'm not a war photographer. It was really my first experience in there. I normally work by myself. I'm the only photographer in a story, and in that occasion it was completely different because it's a kind of circus in some way. There's a lot of media, photographers, journalists, television. You are surrounded by a lot of colleagues and you are following the news every day. Well, actually, when you are in there, the situation is so complicated that you have to follow, you have to move in group. You cannot move by yourself in that condition because it's dangerous. So it's better to move in a group of people, group of photographers, and to follow the news in this way. I was not scared. Probably the adrenaline is so high that you don't feel this fear.
To see how dedicated these photographers are, it's not a coincidence that these are some of the better photographers in the world, and how passionate and how dedicated they are to documenting these important issues and sharing them with the rest of the world.
We as a team always come back from this experience talking about the photographers that we've interviewed during our project with just awe and admiration.
What's amazing about this is after we came back, we really had a snapshot of the world of photojournalism that year. All the sporting events, all the wars, all the political events, everything is one snapshot that's taken through that website. And if you listen to all the interviews, you really get that feeling of this is what photojournalism was in 2007 or 2008.